Set it up, set it up. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Tiny Tim. Listen, last week I said I wasn't going to do it. I lied. I apologize. I went episode 1 through 4 last time. This time I'm going episodes 5 through 8. I'm going to just do it, break it down like that. Season 16 episodes. Probably going to do 4, 3, and then 1 because the finale... I just finished it all, but today we're gonna narrow it down to 5 and 8. We're gonna narrow it down to 5 and 8. Talk about the rest later. So, listen, this episode is trippy. Talking about 5. Matter of fact, first, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, so you can make sure you can keep up with the conversation. If you haven't already, haven't realized, haven't read the title, we're talking about the show Manifest, season 1. Episodes 5 through 8 this time. And I said it last time, and I said, you know, Cal is the catalyst for this whole thing. And sure enough, I still feel that way. There's been a lot that has transpired, and I really feel like he you know, the episode doesn't really start off talking about him, but it starts off episode 5 with Olive's relationship to him and the twin connection and all of that stuff. So like I said last time, when they were talking about, you know, Olive having all the twin feelings and all this stuff about her having his stuff still, you know, all that stuff is, and it's just, to me, this show so far begins and ends with Cal. Don't know why yet, haven't figured out why yet, but episode 5 starts off with a little bit of Cal, but we get to see the day the flight was supposed to return and the beginning of the Jared and his wife situation. Now, her name, Lourdes, I feel like I always forget it because she is not a huge main primary character, but you know, I just not a fan of her character. Not that she's done anything wrong, not that the actress is bad, just not a fan of her character because of the situation she's in. But we get to see more of how things went, how Jared coped with the 5-year gap and how things started and how they went to the airport, and like everybody had questions, and we get to see how things started. She's been there from the beginning. What I have questions about, though, I mean, I know they was all the 3 amigos, best friends, with the 3 best friends that anybody could have, right? You know, but why was they out together drinking? Fuck all that, you know. Seemed suspicious. Seemed like one of them was plotting on the other one from the beginning, but that's neither here nor there. That's just what I think. Looked funny. Anyway, he get the phone call about the plane coming back or not, and this back when they was friends. And I like the backstory a little bit. It gives me a little bit of, yeah, now we can give you a little bit of why Jared did what he did, how those two ended up together. Because listen, if I'm gone for 12 hours on my clock, 5 years your time, and I come back and find out you married my best friend, we gonna fucking fight. If I'm in his shoes, you don't play that game. I mean, granted, you don't know. They're gonna, you know, it's not like, you know, he left any clues in a jacket pocket like in Back to the Future. You don't know. But fuck that. There's some stuff that's off limits, or should be, between friends. And I think death is not an excuse. Some things are just not. I don't care how attractive a female is. If my friend and her were a thing, I'm not being bothered with her because that's my friend. Now, other people look at it differently. Some people in my family have looked at it differently. I don't personally believe in it. That's just me. But Lourdes and Jared had it all figured out 5 years later, right? So you know, we get to see a little bit more of their backstory and how that began. And I'm okay. I get it. Take some time, get into the dating, take a couple years. As far as you know, she dead. You know, take a couple years, get back into the dating pool. And if the first thing is the person you was closest to, or the third person you was closest to, all right, that would make the most sense, because you know this person knows you. There's very little to change in the behavior, except now we putting a little bit more hugs and kisses and other things. We getting more of that in the picture instead of just being friends or associates. I get it, but no, fuck that. I mean, if y'all was just going fuck, then do that. But don't sit there and be like, yo, let's just make it a thing. To me, that looks like, and anybody else looking from outside in, that makes it look like y'all was up to no good in the first fucking place. That makes it look like, oh, he put his bid in. He made sure he secured his spot just in case. You know, it just looks funny to me. And I'm talking in terms of, you know, Lourdes. She secured his spot because honestly, Michaela went to Jamaica with a ring on her finger for a proposal from Jared. So it was like Lourdes was securing her spot. I mean, you look at it how you look at it. I just don't fuck with it. But yeah, I like how the episode finally, in episode 5, is giving us a little backstory on that, because Jared and Lourdes, I was kind of on the fence on how I felt about them two, because I didn't know enough. All I know is he didn't come to the hangar to pick her up or to come see her when they found out the plane came back. Neither one of them came. Guilty. That's just my opinion. All right, so I wrote it down, and I really wanted to, you know, address it. And before it seemed like I'm jumping all over the place, I did take notes, and I'm trying to be a little more organized for y'all this time, because I said I was going to try to. But I'm glad to see that after everything that went down before, honestly, had we gotten this backstory, I don't think I would have hated Grace as much. Still don't like her, but I don't think I would have hated her as much. Okay, now what I'm referring to in episode 5, they show her a little bit more backstory and her transition out of depression. Ultimately, it was bad. Olive was taking care of her. That's why I fuck with Olive. Day one. She's day one. But yeah, she, you know, sitting in a circle, talking to the people, you know, help. You know, like, I need to talk through this. I need some group therapy. Fuck that, okay? I mean, I get it. I'm not going to say, you know, mental health is important. Talk to who you need to talk to about whatever you need to talk to them about. But I'm just glad we get to see it from a person who likes to watch TV shows and movies and character development and all that stuff. I'm glad that it's in there. I'm just not, still, every episode I'm going to say it. Every episode I'm going to say it. I don't like Grace. I don't like Grace. I will never, ever like Grace. Period. The end. But I'm glad it's in there, because mental health is important. Grief and dealing with the loss of a family member is very, very important. I will say that. And I think with that, with the grief part of it all, and this is why I wanted to talk about this, I feel like the overall connection between Jared and Lourdes, and having someone to grieve with for the same person, and that connection, I think that's what made them so much tighter in the end, because they were already close, but it just kind of, you know, made them mesh together. And it didn't help that, you know, they're moving Michaela stuff and then dropping the pictures in front door, and Mom's coming to the door. Mom's gave the blessing from day one. She making them blankets and stuff, and I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever, that's cool. But I mean, everybody assumes they did. I get it. But some lines I just wouldn't cross. Some lines I wouldn't want my family members to cross. If I'm a ghost or a spirit or whatever, and I go first, I'm gonna haunt my best friend. If they messing with my lady, I'm gonna haunt them for the rest of their days, bro, until he like, all right, I'm out. And then I'm going to just kick back and put my feet up and relax with my lady. I just, you know, I might be a spirit, but she going to know I'm there. I just don't feel like you mess with your best friend girl. Like, it's not a thing to me, life or death. I just, whatever. But moms gave the blessing, and mom, and I think honestly, I've been writing it down every single episode, but I think mom is not really the polar opposite, but a teammate, a team member, a main point, a beacon to Cal. Like, I feel like, it's all like a lot of this has to do with her. And I didn't see it in the first couple of episodes, or the first episode with them at the airport and on the beach and stuff, and braiding Olive's hair in the airport and all this other stuff. It's just mom being a mom, right? But something, she's very, she got sick or whatever, but she was very spiritual before that. And I don't know, as soon as the news broke that the plane ain't come back, she, start praying in the airport. And I'm like, man. And then the camera panned to Jared. And granted, that part of that particular chapter of the episode was about Jared and Lourdes showing up. But, mom, a little tidbit for me, for you, later. Mom, we're gonna revisit that, mom. But I will say this, she giving out the blankets and the blessings and the blanket of love and the blessings and the pillows and the stitchings and all this stuff. Cool, but I live by a different code, man. Leave my woman alone. Period. Yeah, leave my woman alone. Don't do it. But I don't want to talk about this bitch, but let's talk about her. Grace. So she goes to the circle, goes to the talking, and I get it. Like I said, it's important, but much like Lourdes and Jared, here you have Grace, punk ass, and then we finally get some backstory on Danny. Now, he's been in stuff. What? Couldn't tell you, but I can tell you, I don't even know his real name, but he's been in stuff and I've seen it. You don't cast anybody for the role, and he's not going to be there a good amount of the time. So he shows up. We see a little backstory with him, and it's at therapy group sessions, grief counseling, I guess. It's there, and I think Grace wasn't as open to it naturally because she was grieving, but I think she was more susceptible to it. She was more open to it, not knowing that she was more open to it. And I think that's why she fell so hard for Danny. Granted, it was some time after, everything before she got moving and decided to actually go to counseling and therapy and all of that stuff. But, sometimes things happen for a reason. Your husband of X amount of years just it's gone. It's life. And you don't want to. You still love that person, but you move on and enter Danny. I'm still on the fence of how I feel about Danny, but I will say this: fuck Grace. I say fuck Grace whole time. But grief is grief, love is love. Sometimes there's a gray area in between. But we jump forward to a point in the show where there's some things happening behind the scenes, as far as Ben wanting to hang with Cal and trying to change, not necessarily change, but alter the way Cal looks at what he draws, because he feels off about it a little bit, and they just trying to leave it all up to chance, and they take their day to Coney Island, flipping the coin, and this, and some stuff unfolds the way he wanted to, but it's Cal's little hide and seek game in the subway. They ain't working with nobody else children. I'ma say that, cause you getting yoked the fuck up. Period. But we with that, that's running parallel to Michaela and Lourdes finally getting to sit down, because for two best friends, motherfuckers ain't seen each other but twice since I came back. Like, I'd be reaching out to you like, yo, My man, like, where the fuck you been? You was my ride from the airport. Granted, it was 5 years later, but you're supposed to pick my ass up. And you ain't come to the airport. We got to get to have words. But I don't know. I think it's a conversation that needed to be had between them two. Lourdes tried to offer the blessing, the blessed blanket. She tried to offer the jerk because it was Michaela's mom who made it. She tried to offer it to her, and I'm like, whole time you didn't get my blanket. She made it for me. Yeah, it was things made for you your whole life. She made it for me. But I get it, I get it. All right, so boom, in my notes I wrote down, it's all connected. And it is. We just had Cal run off into the subway to find a person that he drew, and nobody knew he drew. This is before we knew that he was drawing stuff, that we knew what it was. And I don't know how I feel about it, bro. It's all connected. And then we turn around, Cal the only one. First of all, we going through fucking turbulence. Okay? We going through turbulence. And you see a light out the window. You get your little ass up and you look out the fucking window. If I can't see it bolted to the seat, I won't see it. Period. I'm sorry. I'm in an airplane 30,000 feet above sea level. And you telling me there's a light, blinding light. Ain't no star, ain't no moon, ain't no shooting star, ain't no spotlight from another plane, ain't no lighthouse. Blinding light. And you guys looking out the window? Mind your fucking business and sit down. Bolt yourself into the seat. But, end of the episode, Cal the only one that's seen it. And that's why I said it begins and ends with Cal. Okay? And because of that, now we fast forward, this boy having bad dreams. Why he having bad dreams? Because he's psychically connected to the passengers. Again, begins and ends with Cal. He's the guy. He's the guy, but we don't know, at the beginning of episode 6, we don't know why he's the guy. We don't know what he's talking about. This boy having bad dreams, talking in another language, we don't even know what it is until later. Find out it's Bulgarian. Huh? No shot. You just, listen. That little motherfucker would have been in a padded room by the end of the week when we got back. Having bad dreams, you drawing stuff. Hey, and now listen. There was one story that goes around in my family. I don't know how true it is, but my mom said I did the same thing. She said I drew a picture of my father's funeral before it happened. Granted, it was after he passed, but it was before the funeral happened. I drew it. I drew flowers, blue flowers, and I drew a black car. And I told my mother, we leave in this car, but we don't come back in this car. I don't know how true it is. It is something I grew up knowing and being told. But that's what happened. The limo picked us up, and we rode home from the funeral, from the cemetery, with family. And yes, there were baby blue or like sky blue flowers of some kind, a lot of them, at the funeral. How would I know that? Again, I don't know. I was 5. I don't know if that was before or after, but it happened. Cal's having it happen. It's his calling, but it's every situation and every day. Imagine the stress that I put on a child's brain to know something to be true, but not know it's true. Except that I just want my Legos. I just want my art supplies. I just want you to leave me the fuck alone and get my face. I got something to do. What do you do? Draw it up. Draw it up. You draw a little brown hair, a brown skinned, pokey hair guy, and next thing you know, sitting on the bench or whatever he was doing, next thing you know, that's a stowaway. How the fuck was we, as the viewer, supposed to know he was a stowaway? Now, granted, through the progression of his drawings, and we'll talk about it in later episodes, they have become more and more detailed. That was just like a stick figure. When he first got back, it was drawing the family and then a faded figure, Danny. in the background. So it's like, okay, we're progressing, we're getting better, depictions of what you really thinking in there, my man. Now you're getting more colors. You went from a 24 to a 48 to a 64 count Crayola, and now we can get some more out of you, because right now you're being real vague and ain't helping shit going on. You see Pops, you see Auntie, you see him trying to figure this shit out, and all you doing is giving us black and white. That ain't helping. Put some color to it. And then you got the little brown guy. Then later on we get some other stuff going. And listen, give me more. Give me more, Cal. The whole time, he's getting it. But now we psychically connected to the motherfucking passengers in a way that I did not foresee coming. There's a whole group of passengers go missing. Now this is, spread over 2 episodes, I think, 6 and 7, where the Bulgarian was the beacon, but it was like 6, 7, 8 other passengers with him, getting worked on, getting the juice. And he drew it. He drew it with more color, because it was a red door. Listen, it's all about Cal. Don't know why, don't know how, but it's all about Cal. Okay? Not a fan. I mean, I am. Ain't nothing wrong with Cal. Cal's a good guy. He means well. But, I just, he's the only one. I think now that he is the only one, and I think more and more people are starting to see it. It's causing people like Ben, his father, to be over the fucking top. Okay? He's doing a lot of, aliens. He's doing a lot of, I gotta connect this dot and connect this to piece. Listen, bro. Calm your happy ass down, bro. You got a wife over here still fucking the ex. You got shit going on with your kids. You don't even know what it is. Listen, calm down. You doing a lot, my G. You doing a lot. All right, you need to calm down. Ben doing a lot. He going over the top. And something I wrote down here. The flashbacks in episode 5, 6, and 7. There seem to be more flashbacks when it comes to the flight. What happened when the flight went missing. The tie between Grace and what she did during that 5 years. Jared and Lourdes, what they did. Mom and Pop, Michaela's mom and dad, like what they did. Mom's getting sick. Mom's making a blanket for Lourdes, giving a blessing. Like a lot of that flashback stuff, again, I hate to say it, is reminiscent of Lost. It's reminiscent of Lost. Lost got so annoying, you could hear in the music when it's about to be a flashback, and it was almost comical. It was almost gimmicky. The way it was just like, and then boom, flashback to whenever homeboy or homegirl was doing whatever they wasn't supposed to do, and it's somehow connected. No, I mean, this is a new show, a newer show, a better show, and it better not end on some bullshit. But it's a newer and better show, and it's still giving me Lost vibes. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm extremely burned by that fucking show. To go X amount of seasons, 7, 8, 9 seasons, and then to end the last 4, 5, 6 episodes, to end the series that way, fuck Lost. Fuck Grace. But it's all connected, and I'm feeling real Lost vibes from these last couple episodes. Real Lost vibes because of the flashbacks. I think with that, there's a lot going on there. Where it's like, don't leave me and then remember this one time, or don't leave me and then go, all right, well, let's talk about this real quick so we can jump forward to what we really want to tell you. Just tell me the fucking part right away. Okay? Speaking of telling shit, Ben, little flappy gum ass. Hey, ain't nobody tell that motherfucker to tell Grace. Now we watching people do some strange things, get in some weird predicaments where I don't feel like, and I wrote it down first, and later in the episodes we see some other things. Hey, listen, don't just be telling people all willy-nilly. Like, come on. You shouldn't be telling her about the callings. Granted, you need to tell your wife what's up, because technically y'all still married. Technically. But you need to tell your wife what's up, yes. But I don't think he should have told her the way he told her. She was not very receptive. She was really on some, yo, you freaking out. You doing a lot. You need to pump the brakes a little bit. You're doing a lot. So I don't think he should have told her. Truthfully, I don't think he should have told her. But I'm glad he did. It took some coming around because later, I think 7 or 8, she's on his top about, oh, you need to calm down, blah, blah, blah. No, shut up, my G. You not going through this. I'm sick of the pity party bullshit. I just got fast forward in 5 years and an hour and a half flight. You're going to give me some bullshit like I shouldn't be freaking the fuck out? Hey, fuck you, Grace. Okay? I'm trying to figure this shit out as much as you are. I got a kid here who had cancer, now don't. But he can predict the future. I can hear motherfuckers predicting. I can hear songs and shit in my head. I'm trying to figure this shit out. And you worried about woe is me when you was gone. This. Hey, when I was gone, you was fucking Manny Moe and Jack. Okay? But here we are. I'm back. And what you doing? You ain't listening to me. And if I tell you some shit going on, listen, when Michaela and Ben first realized, yo, you had to call in too? You had that too? You heard? You knew to come over here? I ain't talked to you in an hour or 3. But you knew to come to this warehouse to find these little girls. You heard the same thing I heard. Okay, the moment they realized that, and the moment they said, no, don't tell nobody. We don't know what the fuck this is. Don't tell nobody. Something in you told you not to tell nobody. So why the fuck, wife, marriage, I get it. Why the fuck you gonna tell Grace? What make you think? Now, he got to be a blind motherfucker to think that, oh, my wife wasn't fucking around and she's happy to see me. Listen, she was probably fucking around before you disappeared yourself. Okay, now you back and you think she ain't gonna have some secrets? I am so bitter by this Grace bitch, yo. Y'all don't get it. I mean, I feel like y'all get it. But whatever, man. Getting Lost vibes between the main character chick in Lost and this bitch. But I actually like her better over in Lost. I didn't like the way the show ended, but I like her better. Fuck Grace. Yeah, I don't think he should have told her. I really don't think he should have told her, and I think that goes a long way. I feel like, we seeing some people, fast forward a couple of episodes, we seeing some people get disappeared. Okay? I don't want to have nobody disappeared if I know I can prevent it. And if it's my wife, and I love her dearly, hey, here's what's going on. I don't want you to kick me out. I don't want you to think that I'm crazy, but this is what's going on. She received it poorly, and that's where I think, she was so tied between two pines that, oh man, I need to let Danny know what's up. Oh man, I need to let Ben know what's up. But whole time, had you just told Ben from the gate, you wouldn't have had to worry about, hey, I don't know what he gonna say, Ben acting a little crazy. No, had you told Ben straight up when he got back, hey, listen, I know it's been a day for you, 12 hours or whatever the flight was, but it's been 5 years. Me and other homeboy over here, he was your replacement. He filled in when you was not here for 5 years. So we all thought you were dead. There's a new guy in the picture. Had she said that from the beginning, I think Ben doesn't stay with her. I think then that the whole communication and contact with Danny is different. Between Ben and Danny, I think everything unfolds differently. And had she just said something from the gate, you wouldn't even have to tell her that. That's my point. Hey, she said something to him when he first got back, it'd have been like, all right, y'all do y'all. Me and Michaela gonna figure this out. It wouldn't have had to been no, hey, listen, I'm hearing voices. Hey, listen, I see dead people. No, it wouldn't have been none of that. It wouldn't have been no music hearing, and I gotta tell my wife about it. It wouldn't have been none of that. But now you got me running up and down the street trying to save our son and protect you because people are disappearing and dying. I just think that it's a fair assumption to say, fuck Grace. You should never told her. You should have never told her. That's my opinion on it. It's my opinion. I'm not gonna change it. You should have never told her. That's what I think. But then, Ben's trying to save Cal this whole time, and she's not receptive to what she's being told. He's trying to save his son, which is what he was doing before he disappeared, trying to save his son's life. That's the most noblest thing out of everybody, besides San-V, who I love. I love San-V, but that's the most noble shit out the whole show. Him trying to save his son's life by any means necessary on some John Q shit. I fuck with it. I do. But, he's trying to save his son's life because now it's to the point where Cal's having his first real experience. Everything else was sketches, and he was saying some slick shit. And motherfuckers like, how you know that? Putting stuff on the board and on the fridge with the magnets and stuff. Oh, how you know that? Oh, that's a coincidence. No, it was a coincidence before. But now the motherfuckers are waking up in cold sweats on the floor, speaking in Bulgarian, talking about some help me, hurry up, help me, in Bulgarian. No way for this 8-year-old, how old he is, to know Bulgarian in 24 hours, because remember, they just got back. Maybe not 24 hours, maybe a week. Well, however long it was in the show, he only been back a blip on the map. He only been back a little bit of time, and you've been with him the whole time. So how the fuck you think he know Bulgarian? They should have been, listen, they should have been jumped on the A. Ben had everybody with the yarn and all this other this. You should have been narrowed it down to, one motherfucker speak Bulgarian. The one guy that spoke Bulgarian. You would have narrowed it down to how are they connected, right? But whatever. And I think, see, I wrote it down and I was going to get to it before, but the same way I think Ben should have never told Grace, Michaela should have never told Jared. Because now, I can't really say that yet, because later episodes, we're not talking about that yet. But listen, she should have never told him. She just messed up. Because now we still sitting there thinking, we don't know if people really dying because they was told about the call-ins, or if it's just a coincidence that all these people died because of the call-in. They know about it. I really feel like it's because they know about it, not because they're told about it. If you get what I'm saying. Like, it just, you could tell me something, but if I don't tell nobody I know, I technically don't know. Ain't my business to know. So somebody say, hey, you see what happened over there, this. Nope. Missed it. I missed it by that. I was in my phone. I missed the whole thing. I was in my phone looking at TikTok. I missed it because it's not my business to tell. Michaela should have never told Jared. Now the problem with that is Michaela and Jared been getting all buddy as they partners on the force. Now they think they can do the little pillow talk and this. Fuck that, by the way. Okay, you get your fiance who you was about to turn down as soon as you got off the plane, or as soon as you got off the plane, then you change your mind, you was gonna marry him when you got off the plane, whatever the fuck. Anyway, the first chance you get, you fuck your best friend's husband. This is why that trifecta, that little thruple or whatever you call it, that's why that shit's so fucked up, bro. We get all this backstory talking about their love and how it grew and how Lourdes didn't know if Jared was going to be able to love Michaela love her the same way he loved Michaela and all this other stuff, just for you to turn around and be dick whipped. The first chance you got, the first little smooth shit that motherfucker said, just to get in your panties, talk about, I love you, we meant to be together. You love Lourdes and you are married to her. Sarge, Captain, whatever it is, Captain, reassign me. I will take a desk job and I will walk a beat. Just don't let me be his partner because he's funny acting and suspicious. What? Couple other notes. I noticed that in this span of episodes 5 through 8, that Vance is the agent, the NSA agent, he's starting to bend. It's like, okay, Ben ain't too crazy, but let's watch Ben. This is Vance. Let's watch Ben, because I don't know what he's up to, and what he's saying is starting to make sense. So then I wrote down, hey, Is Vance gonna play along? Is he gonna play ball? And we see later, was it in episode 8, where Vance is like, all right, listen, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do this my way. We're gonna do it legit. And he actually started to play ball, and I fuck with it, but I don't at the same time. I fuck with it, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know if that was the best idea. I think he should have brought someone else into the fold at the NSA, someone that he trusted. But to Ben's point, you don't know how high up it went or how far the reach of the general, or was it the general? I think it was the general. You don't know the reach of this person, so you don't know what branches of the military, how deep and how interwoven their connections are, and all this. So you don't know. So it was a right decision. But I was wondering the whole time, is Vance gonna play ball, or is he just gonna be on some fuck these 828 passengers, yo? They up to no good. They up to no good. Don't trust them, lock them up, because that's the role he's been playing. But what he started to notice is everybody's making moves. What's more suspicious is that, one, they're making moves and solving crimes that nobody could possibly have known about, and they've been gone 5 years. Making me think. Then you got another one who over there solving the riddle of where we been. Somebody's behind this. Somebody knows about this. Help. So now he's starting to bend a little bit and play ball. I like it. I fuck with it. I fuck with Vance. I like how, his character is portrayed. I like Vance. I like Vance at this point in the show. And we'll see how it unfolds. We'll see how it unfolds with Vance. I like Vance. But I wrote down last two notes. Last note. What I noticed some connections there. Now it's very, very subtle. And this may be because of my last note, which is fuck Grace. Because this spread of episodes gave me, again, Lori from Walking Dead vibes, where I fuck off because I don't know if you're dead or not. And then oh my gosh, I just realized something. Grace is Lori, not the same person. I know it's not the same actress, but I've been saying it. I've been getting the vibes, and there's so many other connections as to why this character is the same to me. But fuck Grace. I ain't fuck with Lori. Kinda fuck with Lori. I understood it, but this is something about the way she's responding to the return of her son, her husband, and her sister-in-law that's just acting real funny to me, yo. Like, huh? Lori jumped right on it, like, oh, Rick back, yo. We done, my G. Like, you cut off. We off that, yo. That's a whole nother Rick back. But this bitch, yeah, yo, Ben back, but beep. Hey man, fuck that beep boop beep shit. Fuck Grace. But what I noticed is, even with the Grace shit going on, there's subtle things happening between Ben and Sanvi. Now, call me crazy, call me a weirdo, but I see it. And I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's just 828 passenger to 828 passenger caring about one another because they're in this together. But that to me gives me Grace Danny and Lourdes Jared vibes. That's why I'm like, yo, are they gonna? I feel like they're gonna. Sanvi and Ben. And because of that though, is Grace going to be jealous? And I think not so much because of Ben and Sanvi, but because of Ben's connection to all these passengers and dedication to the well-being of all of these passengers who we don't know, who a good percentage of them are women. Is Grace going to be jealous? And in that aspect, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Grace. Parental advisory. Fuck Grace. Don't like her, don't think I ever will. Still got a lot of episodes to watch, but I do not like Grace. And because of that, maybe I'm a little biased on the whole thing. But I do think that Sanvi and Ben are a thing, or going to be a thing, unless they're giving us like a Black Widow Hulk vibes, where they could be a thing, but something keeps them from being a thing. I think I don't know. I really feel like they're going to be a thing because it wasn't just this one time in episode 6. It was a couple times over a couple episodes through the end of the season of season 1. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. But I really feel like Sanvi and Ben have something there. They have something there. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's going to unfold. But something's up. Something's up with Sanvi and Ben. But like I said, we're going to talk about all of that stuff in future episodes. And, you know, I just want to wrap this up. I did not want to go this long. This is actually longer than the last video. Oops. My bad. I tried to snip some of it up at the front and keep it short and sweet for y'all. But I didn't. I couldn't. Got a lot to say. Fuck Grace. All about Cal. Olive's still my G. I like the backstory, the character development, episodes 5 through 8. I like the way things are unfolding. It's a nice pace for the show. I found out that there's only 3 seasons of the show, apparently, but I like the pace. I just hope in seasons 2 and 3 that things are not rushed. Stay tuned for more on if that actually happens or not. I don't know. But you can comment down below what you think or what you think you know about episodes 5 through 8. Spoilers in the comments. Please don't look. But maybe in the comments you will find, if you do look, a link to PardonMyArrogance.com. PardonMyArrogance.com. Some of the finest all-weather apparel out on the market today for you and your streaming and comfort needs. Go to PardonMyArrogance.com and find everything from dad caps to bathing suits. It's still summertime. People still going to the beach. Got stuff for the ladies. Got stuff for the men. Got tank tops. Got swimsuits. Got dad caps. Got bucket caps. They got it all. They even got this fine shirt right here. El Elegante. I like this shirt. They got it on there. Go ahead and check it out. Also check out some of the Who Won't Check Me stuff. I say all that to say, go to PardonMyArrogance.com and use code TINY when you check out, and might get you a little something off. Tell them I sent you. Get you a little couple dollars off that, you know. Also, speaking of getting discounts on stuff, go ahead and head on over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS, repsports.com, and pick you up a case, a can, a powdered packet of Raise Energy. Fill up your cart with all your supplements and workout needs, and you know, use code TINY when you check out. Get you 15% off. Again, what? We're giving out deals. Get your 15% off when you use code TINY at repsports.com and pardonmyarrogance.com. The links will be down below. Use code TINY when you check out. Get you 15% off your apparel, 15% off your supplements when you go to the gym. Get pumped, get jacked, and leave me something in the comments about what you think about Ben and Sanvi. I know, you know, I got stuff to say about Grace. I don't like Grace. But Ben and Sanvi, they gonna be a thing or they not gonna be a thing? Comment down below. But before you comment down below, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Share even. Tell somebody to know somebody. Know somebody to tell somebody. Tell them about what I'm talking about. And even if I am behind, I don't care. I'm watching it. I'm talking about it. Find out next time about how much I hate Grace on episodes 9 through whatever I stop watching the show. And yeah, that's it. Peace.